What is up, guys? Emmanuel Jones here, and we're back at it with another video. And we're here doing our Week 15 predictions for the NFL season. So last week I went 12-2, which I did really good. That was the biggest week I ever had. But you know what? There are no teams on bye week this week, so. You know what? But before I get to the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to comment down your opinion below to see who your rest of the Week 15 predictions are. So, actually, I picked the Chiefs to win 31-27, and they won 38-28. Actually, they won 34-28, which that was an exciting game. But you know what? Let's get things started. So, all right, so we got the Raiders versus the Browns. Now, this game is also scheduled for Monday, but the Raiders are a favorite in this game. Now, I call it a track game for some reason that, it can go either way, and it's kind of like a coin flip. But you know what? But I kind of feel like that the Browns have a lot of players on the COVID list, and are having some outbreaks in Cleveland. But you know what? I don't know who the quarterback will be. And I believe it's Nick Mullins or Kyle Lauletta. Because Case Keenum and Baker's on the COVID list. And also the coach is on the COVID list. So I don't even know who the coach is going to be. At least the Raiders have an interim head coach, which their interim head coach has been doing a really good recent job recently. Early a little bit in the season. Until they finally collapse. But you know what? The Raiders' offense has not been looking good. And plus, their defense has not looked great versus the Chiefs. But you know what? I feel like that the Raiders' defense might do enough in this game to slow down the Browns' offense. And they might do enough to slow down Nick Chubb. And I don't even know who the receivers is. Because some of their aspects on offense got COVID. Now you got Nick Chubb and Donovan Peoples-Jones. Yeah, but I don't even know if Donovan Peoples-Jones will be a factor. Well, I know Nick Mullins. I don't think he's going to do enough to pass the ball to do enough in the passing game because of Nick Mullins. And plus, they might do enough to run the ball on the Raiders. But you know what? The Raiders might do enough on offense to pass the ball and run the ball on the Browns. Because the Browns' weakness could be their defense. Because the Browns' defense has been really good, being really inconsistent. At least they've been starting to play really good recently. At least they played really well against the Ravens, though. But you know what? I'm probably going to say that they probably keep this game close. But you know what? Since the Browns have a lot of players on the COVID list, and I know it's in Cleveland, but since the Browns had a lot of players on the COVID list, I'm going to take the Raiders to win. And I got the Raiders winning 24-20 because I just feel like the Raiders, they have the better quarterback, and I believe they're more healthier in this game. So yes, I think that Deshaun Jackson, Hunter Renfrow, Josh Jacobs, I think they're gonna have a big game, and I think they're gonna run all over the Browns. So yeah, they should be able to beat Nick Mullins, because as long as Nick Mullins, if he doesn't play garbage like he did, then I think the Browns can hang around this game and keep it close. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a defensive game. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Browns have won without the coach, because they did that in the playoffs versus Steelers. So I'm probably going to go ahead and say I'll take the Raiders to win, but I'm going to take the points, though, with the Browns, because I think the Browns are going to try to hang around this game and keep it close. Our next game, we have the New England Patriots versus the Indianapolis Colts. Patriots are fair. Indy is favored by 2.5. How the heck they be favored by 2.5? That's kind of crazy. Hey, but you know what? I think this game can barely go either way, though, because here's the thing. the Colts are really good at running the ball. And they can really run the ball. And Jonathan Taylor has been a beast. And on top of that, the Patriots defense, it's been playing really good for the last several weeks. They ran all over Buffalo. That's really good. But I kind of feel like the Patriots could have the most underrated defense, because here's the thing. They won't, because this is what they do. They're really good at creating pressure. They don't let teams run them over. They're good at stacking a box and getting in coverage. But you know what? I think the Patriots defense is going to step up a little bit in this game. And I think they're going to give Carson Wentz a tough time. And plus, I kind of feel like they're going to get in the box and play the run and slow down Jonathan Taylor and all that. So, yeah, I think their secondary is going to, cover Michael Pittman and all that. So, yeah. But you know what? The Colts pass defense, it's not that great, but I think the Mac Jones is going to find a way to pick apart that Colts secondary, though. So I feel like the weapons on offense for the Patriots are going to, move the ball against the Colts defense and all that. So, yeah. But you know what? I think this game right here is going to be very fun to watch. But you know what? I think this game right here is going to be very close, though. But I know it's in Indy, but I want to take the Colts. But you know what? I'll just take the Patriots to win, because I just believe the Patriots are just they're just a more well-rounded team. They have a better coach. And I think Bill Belichick has owned the Colts. For real, he has owned the Colts. Yeah, so I think Bill Belichick, one of the best coaches, I think he'll find a way. I think his game plan is going to work out really good. So, yeah. But you know what? I'm going to take the Patriots. I got the Patriots winning 37-34, much of a high-scoring game. So, yeah. But you know what? I'm going to take the points with Indy, because I just think Indy's going to cover this game because of how the way the Colts offense has been playing and their defense has been playing a little bit better. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Colts to cover, but I'm going to take the Patriots to win. All right, next game, we have the Carolina Panthers versus the Buffalo Bills. Bills are favored by 10.5. Now, I'm going to keep this one short. Now, when I look at it, it can go either way, though, because here's the thing. The Panthers, are just... the Panthers have been a little bit inconsistent. Cam Newton, he's been not looking great the past couple weeks. We seen him got benched, and we seen his pick six, that was such a disaster. But you know what? Their offensive line is not good. And their defense is very inconsistent. But I think what the Bills can do defensively, they can probably find a way to give Cam Newton a tough time. And probably I think they're gonna maybe the Bills, maybe they can at least look at the Falcons game, maybe look at the Dolphins game or something. Maybe look at one of these games. But you know what? But you know what? I just really think that that the Bills secondary, their defense played a little bit good against the Bucs, but it didn't play well enough. Though they didn't do enough in overtime because the Bucs ran all over them. But I think the Bills defense is gonna play. I think it's gonna play better this game. So yeah. But you know what? I think this is a must win for Buffalo to at least stay in the playoff picture. But I'm just saying, I'm going to give Buffalo one more chance to win. I might give them another chance, and if they don't, then I don't really know what I'm going to do. But you know what? I don't really think Cam Newton's going to do enough in the passing game. And I think that Brian DeBoer's defense game plan could work out. So yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna take the Bills to win, and I got the Bills winning 27-16. I just kind of feel like the Bills defense and Bills offense makes enough plays in this game. I mean, yeah, I feel like Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley is gonna have a big game, especially Dawson Knox. So yeah, especially yeah, we can see them. So I think the Bills makes a lot more plays on offense, and plus they have the better quarterback. They're at home. They have the better coach, and there's the better team. So I actually got the Bills winning, and I actually got the Bills covering. Next game, we have the New York Jets versus the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are favored by 8.5. Now, I'm going to keep this one short because here's the thing. Now, the Dolphins have been playing really good offense and defense for like the last several weeks. And they were able to extend drives and make big-time plays down the field. But you know what? I think when you look at the matchup, though, the Jets are kind of they're just a bad team. I mean, they're suck. I mean, they cannot get in coverage that good. They cannot get in the box and they play the run that good. But the Dolphins running game is not really good. I mean, yeah, especially they don't have a great offensive line. And the Dolphins defensive line is a little bit inconsistent, but their secondary is not as bad as you think. So I think the Dolphins defense could get in coverage this game, and I think Tua and his Dolphins offense might have a big game. But the big concern is that their really best weapon, Jalen Waddle, is ruled out, is on COVID list, so he's not going to play. So I kind of feel like Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki could run a little bit of routes. So yeah. But you know what? I kind of feel like the Dolphins are getting close to getting their playoff hopes alive. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Dolphins to win, and I got the Dolphins winning 30-13. I just feel like Miami is just the better team. They have the better quarterback, the better coach. They're at home. So, yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, Tua's going to go off crazy. So, yeah. So, I got the Dolphins winning, and I easily got the Dolphins covering. Next game, we have the Washington football team versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Philly is favored by 10 points. But I call it a trap game for some reason, and here's why. Washington has a lot of players on the COVID list, especially with Taylor Heinicke. But you know what? I just got a report today saying that some of the players were not on there no more. So I think this could be interesting, though. But I kind of feel like since both of these players with Jonathan Allen and Montez Sweat off on the COVID list, I think the question is, can Washington's defense slow down Hurts? That's what I'm saying. Can their front seven slow down Hurts? Well, maybe. But the concerning question is the quarterback position. Like, Taylor Heinicke is on the COVID list. Like, we don't really know who's gonna be the starter. So yeah. So that can be really concerning. But I really want to pick Washington to win. But since Taylor Heinicke's on the COVID list, I just kind of feel like the Eagles are more healthier. And I think they do have a better quarterback in this game. But I think Jalen Hurts is gonna shred this Washington's defense. And I think Devonta Smith is gonna have a big game. And I think they're gonna have success running the ball, but I don't think they're gonna run the ball that much because the Washington's defensive line is really good. So yeah. But you know what? The Eagles' D-line has been really solid. So they can find a way to slow down Gibson. And I think their secondary is very solid. So I think they can find a way to like at least take away Terry McLaurin. So yeah. But you know what? I think this game's gonna be like a lower scoring game though. Kind of like a defensive game, but you know what? Since I found out Taylor Heineke might not be active for this game, I'm gonna go with the Eagles here, and I got the Eagles winning 23-20. I mean, I just kind of feel like the Eagles are just more healthier. They're more stable at the quarterback position. So yeah, and also this game is on like a Tuesday, so it won't be played tomorrow. So it's gonna be played Tuesday. I forgot to say that. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Eagles to win, but I might take the points with Washington because I think Washington's gonna try to hang around this game. But I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it enough I don't even know if they're going to be able to do enough on offense with a backup quarterback. So yeah, I got Washington covering the points, but I got the Eagles winning the game. All right, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Detroit Lions. Cardinals are favored by 13.5. That's a big number. Now, I'm going to keep this one short, though, because I believe when you look at the matchup, though, the Cardinals are really good on defense. Especially their defense has been underrated. Like, here's the thing. They won't let teams run them over. And they can play pass defense really good. Especially the offense with Kyler. I mean, with Kyler playing really good, I mean, he looked pretty good versus the Rams, but they didn't do enough to win. Because the Rams defense sacked Kyler 4 times. But you know what? What Kyler can do, he can escape pressure really good, especially against a Lions defense that's not great. Especially their pass rush is not good. And plus, their secondary is not great at all. So that can allow AJ Green and Christian Kirk, Rondell Moore, and Zach Ertz have a big game. But the bad news is that DeAndre Hopkins is going to be out for the regular season. So, which that's bad, but I still think the Cardinals are going to be able to do enough on offense to move the ball. Especially without DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray, they were still able to do that. So, yeah, they were still able to do that. But I think with Kyler Murray and the weapons he had without DeAndre Hopkins, I think they might make enough plays down the field and extend more drives. So, yeah. But you know what? I wouldn't be shocked they kept this game close because the Lions are always trying to fight to win games. But you know what? I'm taking the Cardinals here to win this game, and I got the Cardinals winning 38-13. I mean, I just don't think the Lions have that explosiveness on offense to keep up with Kyler. Because Kyler Murray's usually has been the best quarterback in one of these games. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Cardinals to win, but I'll take the Cardinals to easily cover. All right, next game, we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. Cowboys are favored by 10.5. Now, I'm going to keep this one a little short, though, because when you look at this matchup, the Giants have been not looking good recently, especially without Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, Mike Glennon has been looking terrible, though. So, yeah. But you know what? I think the Cowboys defense can confuse him. Like, their defense has been playing good for the last several weeks. And plus, their offense has been looking really good. Think about this. Dak Prescott looked it well versus Washington. But you know what? Here's the thing. I just really think that the Cowboys defense is going to play the run, and I think they're going to slow down Saquon. So, yeah, and plus, the Giants don't really have a lot of players on defense that can scare you. So, I think the Cowboys on offense are very consistent, and they can move the ball against the Giants. So, yeah. But you know what? The Cowboys are getting close to getting their playoff hopes. The Giants probably don't got much to play for because they're not going to make the playoffs. So, I'm going to go with the Cowboys to win 30. Because I got the Cowboys winning 35-17 because I believe the Cowboys are just they're just a better team. They have the better quarterback. They have the better coach. I mean, yeah. So I believe the Cowboys boys offense has a big game that day, and I'm predicting that the Cowboys score over 30 points in this game. So I got the Cowboys winning, but I also have the Cowboys covering this game. Next game, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is kind of a pick'em game, so that means that can go either way. When I look at this matchup, though, here's the thing. Now, when you look at the defense, both defenses are really good, but the offensive lines are a little bit sketchy. But I'm saying the Titans' offensive line might be more consistent. But here's the thing. We could really see this Titans pass rush get after Big Ben. And I think since the Titans have been really good at stopping the run, they can find a way to slow down Najee Harris. Because here's the thing. The Steelers without an O-line really can't run the ball that well. Because we seen them got ran over by the Vikings. And then their Vikings defense really, really took advantage of that. But we can see the Titans do the same thing too. Because, the Titans, here's the thing. The Titans don't have a lot of offensive players that are healthy right now. The only player that's only healthy right now on offense is only Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback and Julio Jones. That's the only players that are only healthy. But I don't really know if the Titans are going to do enough on offense to pass the ball. But they'll try to hang around in this game, though, for sure. Because A.J. Brown is still on IR and Derrick Henry especially on IR. So I think if T.J. Watt comes back, I think the Steelers defense finds a way to manage the game really good. And also, I feel like that the offense, the Steelers were coming close to making a comeback last week, but they came up short because they got stopped. But you know what? I think the Steelers defense is going to be the difference maker in this game. Because here's the thing. The Titans don't really have a run game, and they don't really have anybody to replace them. The Titans' run game looked really bad the Titans' run game stinks, especially without Derrick Henry. And because here's the thing, they don't got nobody to replace him. So I think that can allow the Steelers to play the run really well. So yeah, I think the Steelers defense is going to play really well in this game, and I think the secondary is going to play really well. And plus, I think with Big Ben, I think he's going to I feel like he's going to be motivated, and I think he's going to at least I feel like he's going to at least have a lot of time. Especially with with the top receivers of Chase Claypool and Deontay Johnson, I feel like that the Steelers receivers is gonna cause the Titans secondary a lot of problems, because we can see the Steelers defense give Ryan Tannehill problems too, and plus we can see this Titans offense give the Steelers defense problems because their pass defense has not been looking great. Because I don't even know if they have somebody to replace Joe Hayden. So yeah, but I want to take the Titans though because they're the better team. But you know what? Since the game is in Pittsburgh, I'm going to go with the Steelers as my upset special of the week. I just kind of feel like that the Steelers defense is the difference maker in this game. And plus, they're just more healthier on offense. So yeah, I think that can allow Big Ben to have time. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers to win 26-23. So yeah, but I'm easily gonna say I'm gonna take the Titans to cover to keep it close because I think they're gonna try to hang around this game, and plus I think it's gonna be a little bit of a defensive game. So yeah, but as long as Big Ben doesn't play garbage, I think the Steelers might have a chance to hang around this game and might have a chance to win. So yeah. Next game, we have the Houston Texans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Jacksonville is favored by 3.5. Now, when I look at this game right here, it barely can go either way because both these two teams stink. So, yeah. And plus, the bad news is that the Jags have fired their head coach. Now, they fired Urban Meyer for several reasons. Now, here's why. Now, Jacksonville has not been really good recently. They've been really struggling to win games. I mean, here's the thing. They've been struggling to at least score 30 points a game. Like, did you even see them barely beat the Bills? They beat them by like 3 points and they won by like 9-6. Like, that's terrible. And plus, the Texans quarterback position has been playing a lot better this year because, here's the thing. I mean, Tyrod Taylor has been looking good recently in some games. And then Davis Mills was looking good for the Seahawks until they absolutely got blown out. But you know what? We can barely see the Texans win this game because Lovie Smith feels like he has a better defense. I feel like Lovie Smith's defense is kind of better than Jacksonville's defense because Jacksonville's defense stink. Like, they can't cover, they can't stop the run, they can't get in coverage, they can't get pressure that well. But you know what? I think this game might be a little close. It's going to be a little bit close, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a low-scoring game, and I think it's going to be sloppy. But you know what? It doesn't really matter if Urban Meyer's fired or not, and especially they got Darrell Bevell, who is with Jacksonville. I think his game plan is going to work out really good for them to win the game. But I'm going to take Jacksonville to win this game. I got Jacksonville winning 20-17. A little bit of like a low-scoring, sloppy game. I just kind of felt that Jacksonville's offense might not do enough to score 30 points because they don't really have the explosive ability. And plus, Marvin Jones has not been looking really good. But you know what? I kind of feel like with James Robinson, I think James Robinson's going to have a big game. Especially, I think they're going to run all over the Texans' defensive line, which is not really good. So I think Jacksonville's going to run all over them. And I think Trevor Lawrence has a better week this week. So I'm going to take Jacksonville to win, but I'm going to take the points, though, with the Texans. I think the Texans are going to hang around this game for a little bit. So, yeah, give me the Texans to cover the 3.5, but I will take Jacksonville to win this game. And hopefully that Trevor Lawrence has a good game this week. Next game, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Baltimore Ravens. Green Bay is favored by 5, and I kind of call it a trap game for some reason. Now, Lamar might play in this game, but I don't really know. But we don't really know because Lamar could play in this game, though. Because he got hurt yesterday. He got hurt last week, but I think the report's saying that he is going to play. So I'm down he is playing this game. But you know what? If he does play in this game, then I think this game is going to be very close. But if he does not play in this game, then I think it's going to be a blowout. Because here's the thing. The Ravens secondary has been dealing with some injuries. And plus, their corner play stinks right now. Without Marcus Peters, without their 2 top corners. But you know what? The Ravens defense have been a little bit inconsistent. But you know what? I think this can allow the Packers offense to have a big game, which I think Aaron Jones will go off for a couple yards, and also Devontae Adams, who has been the best receiver, can find a way to run all over the Ravens defense. I kind of feel like they're going to run all over this Ravens defense. Like, the Ravens defense is a little bit overrated. Because sometimes they can't really stop the run that well. So I think the Packers defense and also the Ravens offensive line is not great. And especially the Packers defense has truly been like the best. So I think the Packers defense is going to give the Ravens offense a lot of issues. And plus, the Packers offense is is probably gonna do enough to move the ball against Baltimore, and plus they can cause the Ravens defense issues. So yeah, so we like who's gonna cover Devontae Adams? Who's gonna cover Alan Lazard and Valdez Scanlon and Alan Lazard and Randall Cobb? Like who's gonna cover all these guys? Like for real, I don't know who's gonna cover them. So I kind of feel like those receivers are gonna like have a big game, and they're gonna like, and I kind of feel like they're gonna at least run routes. So yeah, but I understand the games in Baltimore though. But since the Ravens secondary is very banged up, even though it's in Baltimore, I'm gonna go with the Packers here. And I got the Packers winning 34-31 because I just kind of felt the Packers are the better team. And plus they have the better. So yeah, that's pretty much why I think Green Bay will win. Because I'm gonna take the Packers to win, but I will take the 5 though, because I think the Ravens are going to keep it close on, because if Lamar plays, then I think they're going to keep it close, and I think they're going to cover. But if they doesn't play, then I think Green Bay will cover. So, yeah. So, I'm probably going to say the Packers do cover this game. But I'm going to say they get in like the high 30s. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Packers. So, yeah. But you know what? I think what the Packers secondary can do, since the Ravens run game is not good, I think the Packers defensive line can take advantage, and they can really give the Ravens offense issues. And plus the Packers have a really good secondary who can get in coverage that good and play man to man. Like, I think their corners can cover the Ravens receivers. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Ravens to cover this game. I'm assuming Lamar's gonna play, so I'm gonna take the Ravens to cover, but I'll take the Packers to win the game, to at least fight for the 1 seed. Next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Denver Broncos. Bengals are, this is a pick'em game. The reason why I call it pick'em because it shouldn't be, the spread was kind of disrespectful. It didn't really make sense to me. So, yeah, but I kind of call it a trap game because it can go either way, though. Now, here's the thing. The Broncos have a really good secondary. And plus, their secondary is not as bad as you think, which they can get in coverage really good. And plus, their run defense has not looked great without Von Miller. Especially their run defense stinks without him. So I think this can allow the Bengals to at least run the ball on them. So yeah, they can expose the weakness of the Broncos, which is, their ability to stop the run. So I feel like Joe Mixon is going to go off for a couple yards. So yeah. But you know what? The Bengals defense has been a little bit underrated. Trey Hendrickson has been looking good in like every game. Like he's like getting after the quarterback really good, getting pressure, getting up front. He has not been looking bad versus the run at all. But you know what? Javonte Williams, he's very explosive, and he's really good at running the ball. Like, this guy can run you over. But you know what? I think the Bengals defense plays a little bit better in this game, and I think they find a way to slow down Javonte Williams. So, yeah. But you know what? We could really see this Broncos with the coach. And plus, the Broncos do have some pass catchers that can cause the Bengals secondary a lot of issues. Because I don't think the Bengals secondary is that great. But they got some pieces, but I don't think it's great at all. But they've been playing great versus the pass. But yeah. But you know what? We could really see Denver winning this game and pull off the. I think this game is gonna be very close, but we can see Denver pull off the upset because the Broncos defense. Because the Broncos' pass defense is really good, but their run defense is nothing special. So, yeah. But we know it's in Denver, though. But you know what? I've been so tired of sleeping on the Bengals a lot because the Bengals have been really fighting. They've been playing with heart and fighting really good. But you know what? I hate to say this, but I'm gonna take the Bengals to win. But I got the Bengals winning 30-27. I just kind of feel like the Bengals are gonna hang around this game, and I think they're gonna do enough on offense. And plus, they might do enough on defense to stop the run. But you know what? I got it close because Denver will try to hang around this game. But I'm gonna take the Bengals to win the game. But But you know what? I'm probably gonna go ahead and take the Broncos to cover just to keep it close because I think Denver's gonna try to keep up because Teddy Bridgewater has been really consistent. So yeah. So I got Denver covering and I got Cincy winning. Hoping Joe Burrow can have a good game this weekend, and that can probably see if the Bengals can really aim to first place in the division. All right, next game, we have the Atlanta Falcons versus the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are favored by 8.5. I'm going to keep this one short, though, because here's the thing. The San Francisco 49ers has been a little bit underrated, because here's the thing. Their pass rush has been very solid, and their pass defense has been solid, too. Because here's the thing. They really play the run really well. And when they got in overtime, their defense played really well. They hold on to the ball, and they were able to score for a touchdown. Now with the Falcons, the Falcons defense really played good. They really confused Cam Newton, and they kept the Panthers out of the red zone for a little bit. I mean, here's the thing. They scored a touchdown, and the Falcons scored on them. Because their defense played really well. I mean, yeah, I like how the way their pass defense play and their run and their... So, yeah. But you know what? The Falcons seem like they're aiming close to getting their playoff hopes alive, but I don't really think the Falcons are that good of a team. I mean, they've been losing a lot of good teams they play. But you know what? I kind of feel like the Niners are trying to fight to get in the playoffs, though. And plus, they match up well with the Falcons really good. And plus, I think Kyle Shanahan's going to get his revenge on Atlanta. So, yeah. But you know what? I don't really think Atlanta's going to be able to do it. I mean, the Falcons' defense is nothing special. And plus, the Niners have really good pass coverage on offense that can really move the ball really well. Because George Kittle's like one of the best tight ends. And plus, Brandon Ayuk is really good. And also, they only got Deebo Samuel, which Deebo Samuel has been like the best receiver in the game. Like, this guy I feel like this guy can run routes. So I kind of feel like he's going to have a big game. So I don't think nobody's going to cover him because he's very explosive. So, by the way, I got the San Francisco 49ers winning this game, and I got the 49ers winning 27-17. I just kind of feel that the Niners offense is going to be too much for the Falcons defense to handle. So yeah. So I think the Niners will hang around in this game. So I'll take the Niners to win this game, and I'll take the Niners to cover. Next game, we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the LA Rams. Rams are favored by 7. But you know what? This game can barely go either way, though, because here's the thing. Now, when I look at this matchup, they can go either way because here's the thing. The Rams defense played really well against Kyler. I mean, they really sacked him 4 times, and they barely kept him out of the end zone, which that was good. But you know what? Matthew Stafford looked great against the Cardinals. I mean, the receivers there. I mean, Cooper Kupp looked great. OBJ looked great, and Van Jefferson. I mean, the Rams offense looked really good against the Cardinals defense. So, yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing. Seattle's defense is really not great against the pass. They don't really have a lot of corners. They don't really have a lot of interior pass rush that can really get after Matthew Stafford. So, yeah. So that can allow the Rams offense to have a big game. I mean, just give the ball to Cooper Kupp. Give the ball to OBJ or Van Jefferson. I mean, if Tyler Higbee comes back, I mean, that the offense will look very exposed. I mean, give the ball to one of the weapons because they're gonna have a big game. They're gonna run them over, and plus their running game is really good, which I believe they can. I mean, Darrell Henderson, he's gonna run over the Seahawks defense. So yeah, I mean the Rams offense. I mean with Cooper Kupp, he's the biggest factor to this offense. So yeah. So especially we don't really know if the Rams secondary. I feel like the Rams we don't really know because Aaron Donald's questionable to play, and Jalen Ramsey we don't know if he's playing because they're all on the COVID list, but Aaron Donald's not. But if OBJ plays, OBJ's on a COVID list and Vaughn Miller's on a COVID list. A lot of key positions are on a COVID list. So I don't really know if the Rams defense is going to be able to do enough in this game to contain Russell Wilson. Like, the Seahawks might try to hang around this game. But I don't really know. That can be a challenge. But you know what? I want to take the Seahawks, though, because they might fight for a playoff spot. But even if they do win, I would not be shocked. Like, if the Seahawks, if they win this game, they keep their playoff hopes alive. But if they don't win, they're done. Their season's done. So, yeah. So, I think this game's going to be very close, though, because I think Russell Wilson's going to try to keep pace. But I'm going to take the Rams to win this game, and I got the Rams winning 27-23. I just think the Rams are just a more talented team, and they're at home. So, yeah. So, I got the Rams winning this game. But I will take the 7, though, because I think Seattle might hang around this game. And I feel like they might do enough on offense to at least move the ball against the Rams defense. Because sometimes the Rams defense will play soft coverage. So, yeah. And also, I believe this game is on a Tuesday this time. But they were supposed to play tomorrow, but now they're going to play on Tuesday instead. So, yeah. So, with that being said, I got Seattle covering, and I also got the Rams winning this game. Next game, we have the New Orleans Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay's favored by 11. Now, I'm going to keep this one short right here because when I look, because we can really see about this game going either way. Because here's the thing. Last time when these two teams played, the Saints won this game. And it's because, here's the thing. The defense really contained Tom Brady in that game. And plus, they played really good on defense. And because, so yeah, when they played last year in the regular season, the Saints defense really confused him. Sean Payton is thinking that he owns the Bucs. Like, he's been owning the Bucs for like years. But you know what? Sean Payton's probably not going to be on the sidelines because he's on the COVID list. So, yeah. But you know what? The Saints don't really have a lot of players on offense that scare you, especially for Alvin Kamara. Trust me, their receiving core has not been looking good, especially without Michael Thomas. But you know what? I think what the Bucs defense can do, I think they can find a way to slow down Kamara. And I kind of feel like the secondary is going to get in coverage this game. So, yeah. They barely lost to the Bills because the Bills defense really played really well. And plus, the offense looked great. So, yeah, I think Tom Brady is going to have a big game that day. So, yeah, especially the Saints without a coach. It's very, very disappointing. But you know what? I don't really know if Taysom Hill is going to be able to do enough to keep up with Tom Brady. Because some games Taysom Hill has not looked good, and some games he has looked good. But I wouldn't be shocked if they kept this game close, though. So yeah, because Taysom Hill has the skills. With his legs, he can run a route really good. So yeah, but you know what? We can see the Saints try to hang it around this game, but I don't know. So by the way, I got the Bucs winning this game, and I got the Bucs winning 30-17. Look, I just don't really think Taysom will be enough, and I kind of feel like that the Bucs defense is gonna confuse him this game. And I think they do get pressure this game, and I think they do slow down the run. So yeah. So I got the Bucs winning this game, but I also got the Bucs covering. All right, next game we have the Minnesota Vikings versus Chicago Bears. Vikings are favored by 3.5. Now I'm gonna keep this one a little bit short. Now here's the thing: it could barely go either way though, because the game's in Chicago. Now, the Bears have played the Vikings really good since 2018. But you know what? Their offense, the Bears showed a lot of fight versus the Packers last week. Their offense had looked great. But we can see them do it again though, because here's the thing. Justin Fields is playing against a defense that's overrated, which the Vikings defense is pretty much overrated. That can allow Justin Fields to go off a little bit. But you know what? The Bears secondary is not good. So yeah, that can allow the Vikings receivers to at least go off a little bit. That means Kirk Cousins can go off a little bit because he has the mobility to do that. Especially Minnesota is really showing lots of fight. So yeah, especially their defense had played really well against the Steelers. They kept them out of the red zone. The Steelers didn't run them over. The Vikings ran all over the Steelers' defense. Justin Jefferson had a big game. Dalvin Cook had a big game. But hopefully Adam Thielen will be back for this game, which that will be very exciting to see. I just feel like the Vikings offense is a lot better because I think they can find a way to manage big plays. I think they can make big time plays down the field. I just kind of feel like the Bears don't really have a lot of good corners who can cover Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. So I think Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen is going to have a big game. I think they're going to at least run all over the Bears secondary. Especially, they're going to shred them. And I think Dalvin Cook's going to at least shred this Bears defense as long as the Vikings offensive line doesn't really struggle in this game. So yeah. But you know what? I think this game is going to be a little bit much closer than we expected to. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was a blowout though. But you know what? I know it's in Chicago, and I really want to take the Bears because I know it's in Chicago. And the Bears showed a lot of fight on offense last week. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the Vikings to win. And I got the Vikings winning 31-26. Now, I kind of feel like this must be a must-win for Minnesota so they can to keep their playoff hopes alive and probably help Mike Zimmer save his job. Because if they don't, then I will not pick them for the rest of the year. I'm just saying, I'm giving the Vikings at least one more chance to win this game. And if they don't, then I will not pick them for the rest of this. I will not pick them for the rest of the year. That's what I'm saying. I'm not picking them versus the Rams or the Packers. And I might not pick them versus the Bears. So I'm just saying, it's my last chance picking Minnesota to win. But you know what? I feel like they'll keep this game closer though. But I'm gonna say that if the Vikings so if the Vikings lose this game, then I'm guessing Mike Zimmer is gonna be on the hot seat. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Vikings to win, but I might take the points though, the 3.5 though. But I think the Bears are gonna try to hang around a little bit in this game. So yeah. So I feel like Justin Fields. I kind of feel like he's a little bit explosive, and I think he can find a way to at least pick apart that Vikings secondary, which the Vikings secondary is really not great versus the pass. So yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say the Bears do cover the 3.5, but I'll take the Vikings to win the game to keep their playoff hopes alive. Well, all right, guys. That's all my Week 15 picks for this season, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And also, you know, don't forget. And also, by the way, I'm done with school now, and now I can start making more videos as I can. And also, Christmas is coming up next week, which I'm going to be able to do a lot of Christmas shopping, which I'm really so excited for that next week. So, yeah, and also, don't forget, stay tuned for the games coming up. Stay tuned for that game coming up on Monday with the Raiders versus the Browns. And also, stay tuned for the 2 games on Tuesday for the Eagles versus the Washington versus Eagles and the Seahawks versus Rams. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that on Tuesday. So yeah. All right, guys. That's all I got for you for now. So, and also don't forget, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below what you think your Week 15 predictions are. Well, this is Emmanuel Jones from The Big Fan. Thanks for watching this video. Peace.